Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Welcome to another video where I'm going to show my entire video game collection today. And well, I for one wanted to do this because I wanted to bring you all up to date, because here real soon I'm going to start collecting retro video games. Right now, currently, all I have is really modern games. So right now, I don't really consider that I have anything specifically retro. So I will be starting a retro collection from scratch, pretty much. Nothing. But yeah. So I wanted to show you all what I currently have as far as modern or modern-ish gaming goes. So yeah, let me get some odds and ends out of the way. These are sort of retro, but they're like the only retro thing I have, and they're a couple of them are not even official games. I have this kind of ROM hack someone gave me. For a while, I was big into listening to people or reading what's known as creepypastas. And this ROM hack is supposedly based on a creepypasta story. So that was kind of neat. When I tried to play it, I couldn't really figure out because I don't know if there's an actual end to the game. I think it's just supposed to be eerie. But yeah, it works. Then obviously you guys know this English translated Dragon Quest V reproduction cartridge for the English translation version of it. But yeah, the only legit retro thing I have is an import of Dragon Quest V on the PlayStation 2. This is not translated, so this is more or less just because I like the game that much. And that gets kind of the oddballs out of the way. We will start with earliest to latest. This stack right here is going to be my DS/3DS collection. Again, if you want to consider this retro, then I guess I have a few retro games, but we'll see. So, just to get these out of the way, because again, these are not translated, though I was able to translate one of them through emulation, of course. But so we got Dragon Quest Monsters 1 and Dragon Quest Monsters 2. They're the remakes that was released on 3DS, but they never got outside Japan, so alright, I believe that is all of my imported stuff that would be in a different language. So for Nintendo DS, we got Final Fantasy IV. No instruction manual, sadly. So I have a thing here. it says Pokemon XY, but that this is not Pokemon X. So I bought a few loose cartridges for the DS and 3DS, and the place I bought it from gave me this case to keep them in. So that is what this is. I won't really show because it's not that exciting to look at, because I don't even think you can really get a good look anyways. We have, I don't even know how that's pronounced, but it's the Final Fantasy Curtain Call rhythm game for 3DS. Super Smash Brothers for 3DS. We have Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Miniland Mayhem for the Nintendo DS. Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Nintendo 3DS. Bravely Default, Nintendo 3DS. Need for Speed Underground 2 for the DS. And Mario Kart DS. That is all my loose games. Prince of Persia, The Fallen King. I have not played this. It just looked like an interesting cheap buy. These are pretty neat. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. No manual with this one, sadly. But still, being able to find this kinda... Well, I found it at a game store, so I guess you can say I found it in the wild, but still a reseller. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, which this one does have the manual and is complete, which is awesome. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, because if you have a Nintendo handheld, you need a Pokemon game. Alright. So, Dragon Quest IV, Chapters of the Chosen. So all of these ones I bought off of eBay because all of them are like pretty pricey. And I'm just a fan of the series. We also have, of course, Dragon Quest V again. Dragon Quest VI. Then for the 3DS, Dragon Quest VII. 3DS, Dragon Quest VIII. Then back to the DS. 7 and 8 were remakes, that's why they came later. But on the original DS, Dragon Quest IX. Then Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2. And then Golden Sun Dark Dawn. So yeah, a majority of my DS collection is just all Dragon Quest all the time, so definitely a big fan of them. So alright, now to get into more modern stuff. This stack right here is my PS4 stuff. I recently have been, and by recently I mean in the past 2-3 months, I've been picking up a game here and there for it, for the PS4, just because there's some I want. And some were given to me too, so that's also kind of built up a little bit more of my PS4 stuff. I have Borderlands 3. Then we have Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online. It's not an online game though, so it's just one of them anime kind of things. Armello, I believe that might be how that's pronounced. Strange Brigade. I'm gonna do something to hopefully, because that is given quite the trying to make the glare less noticeable. We have Far Cry 5. And then this was also given to me, so I didn't actually pay $34.99 for this, but Overwatch. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the Steelbook. I actually really like the new Tomb Raider games, so I started to try to buy them. I still gotta get the other two though. The Dark Pictures Anthology, Man of Medan. Kind of want to get them all because I like them style of cinematic games, which you'll see here in a moment. Until Dawn, another kind of cinematic storied game that is 80s slasher horror themed pretty much. Then I wanted to get this physically because I really like the Symphony of the Night Castlevania, so I picked up Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is like a spiritual successor to that game. So originally I got these because I thought these were I thought there wasn't a way to purchase them on the PlayStation 5 eShop, which is fine. I'd rather have them physical anyways, but you can purchase them on the PS5 eShop. But I picked up Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. Just because Resident Evil 5 was the first Resident Evil I really played. And then I got Resident Evil 6 when it came out on the Xbox 360. Let me set these down here because my little TV tray table is a little wobbly. So I want to get the first two games in this series, but I got the third game in the Zero Escape series, Zero Time Dilemma, which is mainly like a puzzle game, visual novel kind of thing. I got The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive Edition, which has all the Walking Dead seasons from the Telltale game series. Something that's still a little bit, well, I say it's pricey, but it's basically the cost of what you would pay for a new game today, pretty much. Like $60. Deadpool on the PS4. This is a game that did get taken off the virtual shops, so you can't just purchase this now digitally, so it has to be physically in order to get this game. And I enjoyed the Deadpool game. It's fun. And silly. I picked up these next ones just because, like I said, I'm a Dragon Quest fan. So I have Dragon Quest Builders, Dragon Quest Builders 2, and Dragon Quest 11 Echoes of Elusive Age S. So, yeah, this is basically a port of the version that came out on Nintendo Switch. Now we're going to move into the next generation for PlayStation, so PS5, which it's kind of small. I am slowly trying to build it up a bit, but I have a few kind of, some of them turned out to be stinkers. So I got Saints Row. I really enjoyed Saints Row 4. So I thought I'd give this reboot a chance. It's playable. I mean, there is some enjoyment in it, but when it comes to this or Saints Row 4 that I played, I'd much rather play Saints Row 4. Need for Speed Unbound. So I had maybe too much high hopes for this game because in my mind it really sounded like they were starting to go back to the whole Need for Speed Underground theme, but I just might not like modern Need for Speed games that much. Last one I really enjoyed was Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360, or also it was on PS2 as well. And I'm not talking about the Most Wanted that came out in 2012. I'm talking the one that came out in 2005. That could be a little confusing. So I need to start playing these, but I picked it up because collections are awesome, especially to replay games. The Metal Gear Solid Volume 1 Master Collection. So this has Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. But it also has the two, what was the other two games? Containing the original Metal Gear games, so Metal Gear and Metal Gear Snake's Revenge or something like that. Something along the lines. So this is another game made by the people that made, I believe they made, this is by the people that made Until Dawn, I think, maybe. But on PS5 I got the Quarry, haven't played that yet, and this is going to be a shame. I have God of War Ragnarok, I bought it new. Haven't played it yet. Just, again, these phases where I just barely touch video games. PS5 Tales of Arise. I think I picked this one up just because it was cheap, kind of RPG. I don't know how it will be. It's kind of very anime inspired with the art style. I picked Resident Evil 8 or Village just because I watched a playthrough of it and it seemed like the gameplay in that version was pretty enjoyable. Then guess the one collector's edition I have on my PS5 is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which you can't see because of the slipcover. Takes off Darth Vader's helmet. I do need to play through this game though. It's something I've been meaning to do. But yeah. Has the game in there. And also in the box. Which I have not opened this yet, but come on. Still in its little poly bag. Luke Skywalker with the blue milk. Little minifig. There's literally only 6 pieces, so I don't know if I'll ever open it, not just because I want to keep it premium or whatever, but more or less I just don't know where I would put the minifig. So it's gonna stay in its bag until I figure out a reason to build it and set it up somewhere. And now to move on to the Switch, which is going to be my biggest collection, which you'll realize is not that big at all. This one, actually the cards in the Switch, so yes, I still play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Or maybe I should hold them back from here. Maybe I don't have to hold it up like that close, but you should be able to make it out from back here. Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, which I've been playing a little bit on the channel. I'll keep that to the side. I'll actually keep both of these to the side because this is an empty case at the moment. Okay, this is a little double pack. I got Star Wars Racer and Commando combo. Has Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and Star Wars Republic Commando, which is a very good shooting game. Or first-person shooter. Yeah, definitely worth it. Have not opened this one yet because I picked it up on a whim and just didn't play any of it yet. But just because I like collections, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection on the Switch. Pokemon Shield, I almost beat all of this. Well, not like 100%, but I did almost play through all the gyms. I think I'm on the very last part, but I kind of got burned out from playing through it, and it just went to the side. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Pretty good. It's Super Mario 3D World. Why I have this, I probably don't need 2 copies, but Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. This is another game I still have sealed, but that's only because I haven't gotten around to having the mood to really break out and play any of these, but the Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Yeah. I'm not keeping it sealed just so one day it's going to be worth $1 million. That's ridiculous. Just waiting for the point where I'm going to be in the mood to, well, at least play Mario Sunshine or Galaxy, because you can play Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64 Switch online service thing. Monster Hunter Rise. I've tried a few times to get into the Monster Hunter games. I played a little bit of this. It's a good game. When it comes to the way you have to, I guess, grind in Monster Hunter games, it's never really hooked its anchor into me, or whatever, however you want to call that. um, this is still sealed, but again, that's because when I start to play this, it's probably going to be in a big session. So, .hack GU last recode. I definitely wanted it physically. Took me forever to get the. Seems like it took forever to come in the mail, but I got a little manga with it, and the .hack original soundtrack. So that was pretty awesome. Octopath Traveler 2. I started this game, but I don't know. Something about it wasn't really clicking with me. I probably just gotta give it more time, but I don't know. Part of me still feels like the individual stories are good, but when you're going through everyone, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the interweaving of the characters' stories is not really there yet with these games, though that might not be the purpose of these games. So I did get this from a game store. I'm not sure if it's the North America version or not, but Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster 1 through 6. Yeah, I like the old school Final Fantasy games, so there's that. I need to play this game. I have it open and stuff, but Master Detective Archives Rain Code. It's another kind of visual novel adventure kind of thing. This also, I got the big collector's edition for it. Came with the art book, a plushie, which is up on my shelf, and there's this. Came with like a steel book instead of a regular case that's in here. We have another collection from the Sega Master System, or at least from a game series that started on the Sega Master System. Wonder Boy collection. I never played any of the Wonder Boy games, but it has Wonder Boy, Wonder Boy in Monsterland, Wonder Boy in Monster World, and Monster World 4. So yeah, that is pretty neat. And on the same vein of Rain Code, the makers of Rain Code also made the Danganronpa series. This version's called Danganronpa Decadence. Comes with Danganronpa 1 and Trigger Happy. Comes with Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, and Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. And there's also this side kind of game thing called Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. But yeah, I like them visual novels. Super Mario Odyssey. I don't think I need to sell anyone on Super Mario Odyssey. Metroid Prime Remaster. I was very happy to get this when it released because apparently it started to go, it's all sold out everywhere. And I was very surprised I basically got it through Best Buy, and this was like the only copy they had left. I mean, I pre-ordered it to pick it up at Best Buy, but yeah, they almost didn't have a copy for me. So yeah, that was kind of a neat experience. Dragon Quest Treasure. Sorry, my mic kind of went past 0 decibels, so I was repeating. This game is just, it's alright. It's a good pass the timer, I would say, yeah. Sorry, hit the table a bit. Live Alive. At least that's how I'm gonna. That's at least how I pronounce this. It could be Live a Live, but I personally Live Alive better. Just sounds more right to say. This is another multiple character story kind of thing, like Octopath Traveler, but these stories are not meant to like intertwine the characters. You could almost look at this like 8 games in one, kind of like 8 small RPGs in one. Atari 50, the Anniversary Collection, another game collection. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Atari games, still nice to have. Catherine Full Body, which is basically the definitive edition of Catherine. It's a puzzle game, but the story is told in an anime-like way. I have this still sealed just because I haven't opened it to play it yet, but I have a Hero Land. So yeah. That is all my video games. So yeah. I will be I'm gonna be very excited to show you guys as I build my retro collection, since I'll be starting with nothing. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed these type of videos, then I'm probably gonna do all of my movies in the same fashion at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to get all my video games out of the way, just to share with you guys. Let me know what some of your favorites are, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.